What do we need to do to get 100% of the recommended daily value or the recommended daily allowance? What do we need to do?
According to the food pyramid, the current food pyramid, you'd have to eat 6 to 11 pieces, servings of bread, cereal, rice, pasta, and of course whole grain, because white flour really doesn't have very much nutrition in it. 3 to 5 servings of vegetables, 2 to 4 servings of fruit, 2 to 3 servings of milk, dairy, yogurt, cheese, things like that, and 2 to 3 servings of meat, poultry, fish, dry beans, eggs, or nutrition. Eggs or nuts. I don't know very many people who do that. Do you?
No, you'd have to eat all day long.
That's right.
Are there certain particular supplements we should be taking to make sure we're getting what our body needs?
First of all would be a multivitamin. It's like buying insurance on your body, that no matter what you eat today, you're going to get all the major nutrients and the micronutrients that your body has to have. It's balancing body chemistry, basically. And I'm not doing these in any order because I'm not sure there is an order, but fiber is important too. We need 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day. Most Americans get 7 to 10. And do you know colon cancer, the #1 cancer killer, is 100% preventable if Americans would just get 25 to 30 grams of fiber in their diet a day. And that's not easy to do without supplementation. In fact, I think it's impossible. Calcium is another one that even the AMA says is critical today, because we're facing an epidemic of osteoporosis, which is nothing more than a lifelong calcium deficiency. And calcium is really, really hard to pull from our foods. We really don't assimilate very much of the calcium that's in food today. B vitamins are critical, and we suggest a B complex. Folic acid has been studied recently to prevent birth defects, and every woman of childbearing age should be taking it before they conceive, because it's at the time of conception that it's necessary. And also B vitamins prevent a buildup of something called homocysteine in the cells, and this buildup causes cellular damage, which can lead to heart disease and a myriad of other degenerative diseases, and B vitamins keep that from happening. Also, all Americans should be taking antioxidants. That's vitamin C, E, and beta-carotene to prevent free radical damage in the body. And these vitamins, in small amounts, in the regular RDAs or daily values, they prevent vitamin deficiency diseases like scurvy or rickets. But in greater amounts, and sometimes 10 to 100 times greater than the RDA, they act as protectors in the body, and therefore reducing the risk of cancer, heart disease, the ravages of aging, and even premature death. Protein, especially soy protein, is a nutrient that's had a lot of research lately concerning the phytochemicals that have been discovered in that product. And if you get a good soy product that contains active phytochemicals and isoflavones, then it does help prevent certain types of cancer, including breast cancer and colon cancer and prostate cancer. It automatically lowers cholesterol about 20% just naturally. It reduces menopausal symptoms. In fact, in Japan, where their diet is where they get about 95 grams of soy a day in their diet, there's not even a word for hot flash in the Japanese language. People who take soy or who have an adequate amount of soy in their diet have stronger bones and better kidney function. And a side benefit is that it stabilizes blood sugar, and you have more energy. You just feel better when you're taking it. And I do want to say real quickly, too, that it's important to note that all food supplements are not created equal. And in the area of a soy protein, it must be water washed, not alcohol washed, or the isoflavones are destroyed in processing. So it is important. And in the area of vitamins, too, the same criteria that we placed on food, natural, alive, and whole, should be placed on the vitamin. It needs to be, in my opinion, a natural, whole, live, and that means not heat-processed supplement.
What about over-the-counter drugs? Many people take drugs. Is there a vitamin or a supplement they could take instead for certain problems or symptoms?
There are some natural alternatives to medicine cabinet drugs that most people keep in their medicine cabinet. These are herbal remedies. Herbs are different than vitamins. Vitamins feed and nourish the body. Herbs really act medicinally, and there are a number of them that are safe. Some of them aren't safe, but the ones that I'm going to mention have been proven throughout centuries. In fact, in other countries are used generally in preference to drug treatment. Things like garlic. Garlic is a natural antibiotic and will act not only against bacteria but against the virus, and it'll bring down fever, lower blood pressure, protect against in fact, it's the #1 food that is being studied by cancer researchers right now that they're through with beta-carotene and vitamin A. And another one would be echinacea. Echinacea is an herb that boosts the immune system and could be used for cold and flu symptoms. It activates the white blood cells, and it increases resistance to infection. It really, really makes a difference when someone is getting, coming down with a cold or something. You start taking echinacea immediately, and very often you can avert that illness. Stomach problems, rather than Tums for the tummy, something like peppermint ginger. Peppermint ginger does a great job with nausea or bloating or any type of digestive disorder. Valerian in place of sleeping pills. Valerian is an herb that has been proven to not only help you go to sleep faster, but help you stay asleep and sleep deeper. In fact, you can sleep a shorter period of time and wake up feeling like you've slept double the amount of hours. It's great. Ginkgo biloba for memory loss. Ginkgo, when we get older, we say, well, I just can't think the way I used to. And it's true, we probably can't because we're not getting the same oxygen supply to brain cells. And what ginkgo biloba does is help increase the circulation to the brain, and thereby you do think better and your memory functions better. And a side benefit is that it also helps prevent the risk of stroke. Ginseng boosts energy, and it's a stress adaptogen, and that's another area where it's important to know what you're getting, because there are probably 30 different kinds of ginseng, but only 2 of them really make a difference. And ginseng, sometimes you'll see it listed as a fad herb, but that's probably because they haven't gotten hold of the right kind of ginseng, because it really does make a difference. It stimulates the nervous system too. So if you're tired and you need a boost, ginseng's the thing to head for. Glucosamine is another one that's been well studied and well researched, and it definitely rebuilds joint cartilage. Great product for someone who suffers from joint pain, and not even someone who has arthritis, just someone who runs on a daily basis or who has joint pain in the legs or knees or back or whatever. Glucosamine really helps. Depression is a real problem in our country today. In fact, I think it's one of the #1 drugs is Prozac. And there is an alternative that's natural, that has no side effects and completely safe, and it's called St. John's wort. And it really works. Prostate problems, saw palmetto works better than any prostate drug on the market, better even than surgery to reduce the symptoms associated with that. Women who have PMS, there's a supplement an herb called gamma-linolenic acid, which is, we call it GLA for short, and it definitely reduces premenstrual symptoms. It's an anti-inflammatory, and it works rather than taking an anti-inflammatory. It's an omega-3 fatty acid, as is EPA, and both of them really do a good job in that area. So those are just a few of the things that you can use in place of the more commonly used medicine cabinet drugs that we seem to head for.
What about over-the-counter drugs? Many people take drugs. Is there a vitamin or a supplement they could take instead for certain problems or symptoms?
Everybody's different, and we're all as different nutritionally as our fingerprints. And nutrients, really, sometimes we think that, we have a headache, we take an aspirin, we have a stomachache, we take Tums, but nutrients don't work that way. They work together like an orchestra rather than a solo. So it does seem that we do have to take more than just one thing. That's why I recommend a multivitamin, multimineral. That gives you a good basis, and that along with a good protein product to make sure, especially soy, generally will give you, the average person who's in good health, that's probably enough, as long as the multi contains an adequate amount of B vitamins and calcium and the antioxidants.
What does your body tell you if you're low in the B vitamins? And there are quite a few different B vitamins, maybe 30 or so. What is the symptoms that you're low in the B vitamins?
Chapped lips is probably lots of people have chapped lips and never think about it being a vitamin deficiency, but it is. But things like dizziness or fatigue, irritability, depression, Craving sweets can be a B vitamin deficiency. Skin problems, dry, rough skin can be a B vitamin deficiency. Muscle cramps, by the way, can be B vitamin deficiency too. So, I mean, it is hard to kind of pinpoint what it is. Heart palpitations, mood swings can be a B vitamin deficiency because B is a stress vitamin. And it also is an energy vitamin. B is required to produce energy from foods. So any problem in the area of fatigue, you'd look for B also.
All right, and what are the deficiency signs of a person who's low in vitamin C?
If you bruise easily, you have a vitamin C deficiency. An eye problem could be a C deficiency. Bleeding gums or nosebleeds could be a C deficiency.
What one thing would you say is the most important in order to be healthy?
I think the most important thing to remember is that your health is your responsibility, it's not your doctor's. And so many people today depend on their doctor to tell them what to do. And doctors really aren't trained in preventing disease. They're trained to cure it. And yes, when you get sick, go to your doctor. But try to do something on your own you can make a difference in the way you feel today, and you can make a difference in your health by what you do today, even 20 years from now. And I won't quote this exactly because I don't remember the exact quote and couldn't find it when I came. But Dr. Linus Pauling, who's won the Nobel Prize twice, said that you can increase your life expectancy by an average of even up to 24 years by making some changes, essentially nutritional. And even older people can make a difference in not just life expectancy, but the quality of life by eating correctly, by managing stress, by exercising, drinking plenty of water, and getting adequate rest, and taking food supplements.
I understand there's a new product that helps reduce wrinkles. The picture you showed me was incredible of the wrinkle reduction on one side of a man's face after using this for 7 weeks. Tell us about that, please.
Growing out of Shackley's research on antioxidant vitamins, we learned that the skin does not receive any of the antioxidant vitamins that are taken orally. So we put together a team of cosmetic researchers to find a way to hold antioxidant vitamins together stable in a cream where when you put them on your face, they actually delivered the nutrients to your skin cells. Thus the name Infusel, because it actually infuses 7 antioxidant nutrients into the skin cells. And the purpose was to stop the accelerated aging in the skin. And it does do that. It blocks every known cause of accelerated aging. It was a surprise to us, though, during the largest clinical study ever done on a skincare product to find that not only did it block the causes of accelerated aging, but it reversed the visible damage that had been done. In fact, in 2 weeks, we saw a reduction of fine lines. In 4 weeks, with one of the creams, a 421% reduction in wrinkles, and a 154% increase in skin firmness or elasticity. And the picture that you're looking at is a man who put it on, he decided to use it on one half of his face and really test it. And what happened, you can see, is the result of 7 weeks of using it just on one half of his face. And he was so impressed with the results that he went to a professional photographer to record it. We are presenting this line to the American Board of Dermatology in March at their next board meeting, because we're also seeing some remarkable healing effects take place. People with rosacea, people with even skin cancers are seeing some changes that are very beneficial with the introduction of the antioxidant nutrients. It's pretty exciting.
Well, Jenny, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you stopping on your way through Pensacola to visit us, and it's been good to see you again. And I'd like to know if people have questions about nutrition and health. A lot of people, the subject is too complicated for them. It's like there's so much to learn. There's so many vitamins out there, and I don't want to learn it all. I just wanted somebody to tell me what to do. Can people call you and ask you questions? I know you're not the world's expert, but the smartest person I know on the subject. And can people call you and ask questions about their health and what they can do? And what is your phone number, if you would, please?
I may not be able to answer all their questions, but I would certainly welcome the call, and I usually know where to look to find answers if I don't know them.
And what is your number there in Arkansas?
1-800-345-1140.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you for joining us. My name is Kent Hovind from Pensacola, Florida.